This recording is for the purposes of self-exploration and for developing self-awareness in a way which strengthens the mind-body connection. This technique can also be utilised to create a sense of relaxation and inner calm. Please give yourself the gift of some time and space to fully participate in this mindful experience. Ideally, sit comfortably, listen through headphones with your arms resting lightly on your lap. Close your eyes and follow the simple instructions. You can begin by bringing your attention to your breathing. As you do that, it's useful to know that this exercise is designed to enable you to be more present in the moment. It's about learning to connect with and be more aware of and fully experience this moment. And in order to do that, it's important that even as you continue to become more aware of your breathing, of the cycle and patterns of each breath, that you give yourself permission to be completely non-judgmental. For a short time, for the duration of this exercise, enter a place where you don't attempt to change or fix anything, where you simply observe and notice without challenge, question or critique. Noticing what you notice, without assigning qualities like good or bad. Simply noticing things exactly as they are now. And you may notice how this becomes easier and easier as you quieten your mind and begin drifting, dreaming, floating, becoming lost in your own inner awareness. As with your eyes closed, it becomes easier and easier to become more and more aware of all those things which may otherwise go unnoticed. And if at any time your mind wanders or begins to chase a particular thought down that rabbit hole of inquiry and imagination, simply pull it back to the now. Bring your attention to your breathing. Imagine this next breath is the first breath you've ever taken. Notice how it begins. Notice how it ends. Notice how there is a moment between each beginning and each end. A moment of stillness. You can also become aware of how every inhalation has almost exactly the same length as the breath before. And notice how you can allow every exhale to be slightly longer than the in-breath, as you notice how easy it is to settle into a steady rhythm. Notice how your body knows exactly what to do without the need for you to do anything except to noticing how easy it is to relax now. And you may become aware of noticing the cool feel of the air as you breathe in. And the warm touch of the air as you breathe out. Notice yourself noticing how that energy is transferred. How each and every breath you take is a connection between the inside and the out. And you can continue to notice those sensations of each and every breath for 4 or so more cycles, becoming more and more aware of all those things that you've forgotten to remember to notice. That's right. And in a moment, you can switch your focus to any physical sensations you notice, any physical sensations and feelings in the body. Begin now with noticing the tips of your toes, and then allow your attention to slowly scan upwards to take in your entire body. Notice areas of comfort, areas of relaxation. Notice how some areas are warmer than others. Notice any tingling, any discomfort. And notice what happens when you notice that, without trying to solve, correct or fix anything. Bring your attention to your left elbow and notice how it feels. And bring your attention to your right knee and notice how that feels. Notice what connects those, and as you notice, be aware of what changes. And as you become aware of all those physical sensations, notice how many areas you can be aware of at once. Notice each sensation of touch, where you end and something else begins. The contact between your skin and your clothes, between you and the seat. And now bring your attention to your emotions. What do you notice about your internal state, your inner feelings? What's the strongest emotion you're currently feeling? Notice where in your body you feel that. Is it moving or still? You may notice if it has a colour, a temperature, or a texture. Notice which other emotion sits just beneath that one. And which other emotions sit beneath that. Notice the labels you give to each of them. Notice where one begins and another ends. And then allow you a few more moments to continue to noticing those emotions, where we remain non-judgmental, where there is no right, there is no wrong, there is no good, there is no bad. Where we don't attempt to fix or change anything, where you simply observe and notice without challenge or question or critique, without assigning qualities, simply noticing your emotions exactly as they are in this moment. That's right. And now I'd like you to bring your attention and your awareness to your thoughts. Imagine you're stood under a waterfall and your thoughts are like the water washing over and around you. And imagine that at any moment you can simply lean back and take your head out of the flow and watch as it falls past. Notice what it's like to be aware of those thoughts as they flow past. Where are they? Whose are they? Notice if they have a single voice. Whose voice is that? What's the loudest thought you can be aware of? And what's the quietest thought you can be aware of? Notice what happens when you notice you're having a thought without the need to justify it, to analyze it, to argue with it. Notice which thought comes next. Notice how you've already forgotten the one before last. Notice thoughts appear. Notice as they create images, sounds, words, sensations. And I'm going to give you a moment or two just to continue to notice your thoughts. And now I'd like you to take a deep breath in and return your attention back to your breathing. And you may notice how it's been looking after itself all this time. And in a moment, whenever feels right for you, you can begin to allow your surroundings to filter back into your awareness. Other sounds in the room, movement, feelings, temperature. Allow this awareness to grow with every breath as you come back. And you can open your eyes now and have a little stretch and be fully present, fully awake. And with the memory of that exercise fresh in your mind, find your journal or a piece of writing paper to record your experience and consider the following questions. What did you notice, feel, and experience? What about that was different or new for you? How could that be useful? Thank you for listening.